All right, in this video, we are going to be talking about social media, specifically in the real estate space, and why we use it, the purpose of it, maybe some tips and tricks, and what I believe is a successful real estate strategy in terms of getting new leads, but also nurturing new leads. And so, just jumping right in, why do we use social media? So, there's a couple of different reasons why real estate agents use social media or why they should be using social media. So some real estate agents take the viral ability or the viral concept of social media of hoping that something that they create, whether it be controversial or along with viral music or viral trends, allows them to be entertaining enough for people to follow their page and then consume their content. The problem with that is you then have to keep that up and potentially aren't taken seriously when it comes to the actual purchase or sale of a home. You've got another type of real estate agent that uses social media to really brand who they are. They have a very specific skill set and creativity around branding. Although it doesn't take a lot of creativity once you establish the brand, then you just create a bunch of templates, right, with the same color, the same logos, but it still can be challenging to do so. I've worked with many real estate agents that have tried to brand themselves and do really well with branding on social media specifically, and it can be a little challenging and some people can think that it's a waste of time. Here's the hard part around social media and what we call branding or social awareness or brand awareness. You oftentimes don't know if it's working or not because you've put your brand in so many different places. For example, a real estate team that I work with, they get a ton of calls to their website or on their website phone number. And naturally, they track that so that they know where their leads are coming from. Then, when they go under contract, and then when something closes, we now know because we're tracking it what's most successful, so we can kind of pour gas on the fire, ramp things up, or maybe delete or get rid of a lead source that we find not successful when we look at the data. However, sometimes when you put your brand all over the place, your goal is to get as much brand awareness as possible. I saw a video where it takes this is more of a retail shop or a product you would buy instead of a service. However, it was really interesting because they said it on average, a consumer consumes 7 hours worth of content before they make a purchase of a specific product. I would think the same is also with a service as well. And so we have to get ourselves out there so that we can put ourselves in front of people for them to consume 7 hours worth of our brand. And so oftentimes it can be hard to track that because in reality, you don't know what caught their interest, right? It could have been the billboard, it could have been the for sale sign, it could have been the building sign, it could have been your social media post, it could have been your YouTube video, it could have been any one of those things. And then the method of communication can be hard to track what is working and what isn't working with branding. Then there's the idea of social proof, which is my favorite, which is very simply showing the public that you are successful, not in a flashy way. Think in a just listed, just sold, under contract. I believe that buyers and sellers are going to work with real estate agents that get the result rather than someone that they like. Someone said, I watched this in a sales video or a sales coaching video, that someone buys from someone they respect, someone buys from someone they trust. They don't buy from someone they like. So a lot of times we take the social media approach of where we want to be relatable, we want to do things that people like or people see, they think it's funny, it's viral, it's trendy. However, when it actually comes down to the conversion and the conversion of leads and your social media helping you convert leads, I believe that social proof and posting things that are posting your results is what's going to actually be beneficial in your business. And that is going to allow people to trust you and respect you because when it comes time for them to buy a house or sell a house, they know that you're going to get the job done. I mean, how many of you know another real estate agent that's very successful and you're like, oh my gosh, they're kind of mean or they're like, they're they're very prideful or whatever it is, right? But also at the same time, you know that they put their head down and they get the work done. I mean, I said for years that there's a real estate agent that I don't necessarily get along with, but if I had to buy a house or if I had to sell a house, then I'm using him because I know that he's going to get the job done, regardless of whether I like him or not. Right. And so I don't want you to be that agent that is prideful or that people hate. But at the same time, I do want to create a social proof about you that is kind, obviously, but also focusing on what matters, which is the actual results. So I lean very heavily on the social proof idea. It's a proven path of success. It's simple. Anyone can do it. And so I kind of want to jump back, or I want to jump into talking about social media and reviews. You guys know when you're purchasing something on Amazon or you're purchasing something in general, you do a ton of research to find reviews. Social media can be a place or is a place where some people collect these reviews. So, a form of social proof that is better than any just listed or under contract or just sold post is testimonials from your clients. We all know that if we want to buy something and we want to see if it's as good as that person says it is, or as good as the owner says it is, or the salesman says it is, I want to find testimonials, whether they're handwritten or whether they're a video testimonial, which would be even better. But you can still collect both of those from your Google reviews or your social media reviews or wherever you collect reviews. You can post those reviews on social media. Or better yet, you can post those videos. You can ask your clients to give video testimonials and then post those too. Those are super beneficial. You can also use those reviews and those videos in other forms of follow up. I also love if you are the king or queen of a specific lead source, let's call it open houses, where you are really trying to focus on open houses. If you can post social proof of open houses that are working and also videos of a client testimonial of a buyer potentially saying something like, hey, I went into several open houses thinking that I need to be unrepresented, but I met insert your name or the real estate agent name, and they completely changed my perspective and they found me the house that I had been looking for and I moved into it quicker, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, than I thought I could or than I thought I would. And so they made my dreams come true, right? You can insert that stuff on social media as well so that when you're at an open house or when someone comes into your open house, then they look you up on social media, they then see that video, right? I love streamlining our lead sources through everything, through our follow up, through our social media. And so that's one way that you can also use social proof within social media is utilizing reviews. They're huge. They're the biggest reason why people work with a service industry or buy a product, right? We know that if our past client or our sphere of influence refers us their friend or family member, that is much easier to convert than an online lead or an open house lead. But that's because it's coming from a review, it's coming from a trusted source, right? Um, and so jumping into the next point, which is branding versus social proof, which I've already talked about, but what I wanted to talk about here is I want to speak to the people who aren't creative, right? I am you. My creativity does not come out when it comes to choosing colors and logos. That is not my forte. And the good news is social proof does not require that. And the good news is that I believe that social proof is more important. If you see a real estate agent who's posting things that align with their brand and they're very pretty and they have the colors, but at no point is it, and also you see these lifestyle photos, that's really cool, but that's not going to convert any leads. Right now, it helps with the specific type of branding. And if that's your thing, go for it. So, for example, if you're in a luxury market and you're posting lifestyle photos with luxury products and luxury things that are very relatable to your market, that is awesome. Keep doing that. What I'm talking about is when branding has nothing to do with the actual type of market that you're going for. That is where I mean I am not creative when it comes to branding. If you actually truly want to brand yourself, it's much more than just choosing colors, right? It's making sure that when you're posting a video or a post, you're wearing certain things and you're speaking to a certain audience. That is hard to do, right? And it is possible. But if that's not your forte, that is okay. I want you to stick to social proof because of that concept of people don't work with people they like. They do. But when they're choosing between someone they like versus someone that's going to get the result, they're going to choose the person that gets the result. So, what I want you to focus on is creating a few templates for your success of just listed, under contract, and just sold, and simply focus on posting that as much as you can so that when someone jumps on your social media page, they say, holy cow, they are the real deal. They know what they're doing and they're going to get the result done if I were to reach out to them. So that is a huge, huge thing that you can focus on in your social media. I've got a couple of examples here. I have no affiliation. I don't know who these real estate agents are, but I did think that this person who has 10,000 followers doesn't necessarily, you'll see here, there's not a ton of branding necessarily. I don't want to knock her for branding if she's been trying to brand her content, but what she posts here, you can see there's not a a very specific brand when we're thinking of the lifestyle photos and the types of colors. This is just social proof of just sold. This is video walkthroughs of her walking through the house, valuable information, right? Result, 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 result. And so when someone hops on this page, one, they're going to see something very quickly, especially in today's age where we don't spend a lot of time on social. We spend a lot of time on social media, but we keep scrolling very quickly. Is, oh, she's a real estate agent. She knows what she's doing and she pumps out valuable content that revolves around real estate. So same with this agent, Samantha. When you look here, you're not going to see the lifestyle photos and it's cool. Look, she threw in some trendy stuff here, which is awesome. It keeps it fun. But what really shines through is a result, close, result, close, result, close. I like how she pinned those results. So the first thing that someone sees is she gets results. She sells homes and she clearly does a good job because she's representing a ton of people. Here's under contract. Here's, let's see, we can find, there's her results, 8 million and 27 units. That's incredible. Here's her with clients with a successful story. Here's a first home buyer. So what we see in a cloud of real estate agents that are trying to brand themselves is a real estate agent who focuses on posting the results so that when someone lands on her page, they know that she is successful and she's going to get the results done. So these are just some examples. And look, it works, right? I'm specifically speaking to the people who feel like social media is a scary realm. It does not have to be scary. You simply just have to post social proof. That is it. You don't have to do all of the fluff that you're seeing from other real estate agents. And someone can argue that that fluff doesn't necessarily help you. A lot of people that do that is because they enjoy it, right? They enjoy doing the trendy stuff and they enjoy, and that's really, that can be cool because it allows us to see the personality if that is your personality, but it's also not necessary if you're trying to get leads from social media. You don't have to do that and do the trending dances or the videos or the sounds or brand yourself in order to create leads for yourself and in order to nurture leads. You simply just have to post results and that will do the trick. I hope that this video was valuable. I hope that you aren't scared of social media. I hope that you are able to implement social media into your successful lead sources. Hope that you are able to create more leads for yourself, create opportunity, and also nurture your opportunity so that you can move people through your pipeline using social media. Because I think that social media, or I know that social media is a phenomenal tool for you to speak to more buyers and sellers. And so I hope that you adopt a social media plan, create a plan around social proof, and crush it with social media this year.